You're about to text someone you barely know and ask them to meet you at a coffee shop. You'll be nervous. You'll check your reflection twice. But here's what you don't realize: you're doing something that would have gotten you killed 50,000 years ago. Because back then, you didn't ask someone out alone. You didn't pick a neutral location. When ancient men wanted to court women, they did it in front of everyone. And the places they chose say everything about what your ancestors were really trying to prove. Imagine this. You're a young man, 40,000 years ago. You've seen a woman you want to impress. Not just her entire family. Her mother, her father, her uncles, her brothers. So what do? You don't take her to dinner. You take her on a hunt. That's right. Your first date is a hunt. A real one. With real danger. With real stakes. You're going to spend all day tracking an animal that could kill you. And she's going to watch. So is her entire family. And so is everyone else in your tribe. Why would you do this? Because on a hunt, you can't fake anything. Everything you actually are gets revealed in real time. Can you track? Can you stay calm when things go wrong? Can you kill something big enough to feed a family? The hunt was the ancient world's version of showing up in a brand new car. It was a display. It was an audition. If you failed, everyone knew it. If you succeeded, everyone knew that too. The woman wasn't just evaluating you. Her father was evaluating you. Her mother was evaluating you. Her brothers were evaluating you. Because they knew something crucial: if you can't hunt, you can't feed their daughter. If you can't stay calm under pressure, you can't protect her. The hunt answered all these questions at once. And there was an audience watching every second. But hunts weren't the only place ancient men took women. There was another location. Bigger. More dangerous. It was called the seasonal gathering. Picture this. 3 different groups of humans converge at the same location. Maybe it's a river valley. Maybe it's a coastline where fish are running. These groups don't usually see each other. They live hundreds of miles apart. But once or twice a year, they all show up at the same place at the same time. And they stay for weeks, sometimes months. This was the event of the year. And here's what made it so important for courtship: it was one of the only times young people from different groups could actually meet. You spent most of your life with the same 50 people. Your family. Your extended clan. The same faces. Then suddenly, the seasonal gathering happens. And you see faces you've never seen before. Young women you've never seen before. At these gatherings, men would compete. They would dance. They would make art. They would create jewelry and tools. A man might carve an intricate bone pendant and give it to a woman he wanted to impress. He might perform a dance that showed off his physical strength. He might win a competition against other men. The gathering was a tournament, and the prize wasn't just winning a woman's attention. It was winning her family's respect. It was proving you were worth the trade. Because that's what it was, a trade. Her family wasn't giving away a daughter. They were negotiating an alliance. Your family and her family were becoming connected. And her family needed to know that you were worth the connection. There was a third location where ancient men took women to court. It was the cave. Not some romantic hidden grotto where couples snuck away. The cave was where the entire family lived. It was communal, full of people, parents, siblings, cousins, grandparents, sometimes dozens of people all living in the same space. And that's exactly where courtship happened. In front of everyone. A young man interested in a woman would sit near her. He would make eye contact. He would share food with her. He would help her with tasks. And everyone would notice. Because there was nowhere to hide. In a cave, privacy didn't exist. Your interest in someone was immediately visible, but here's the strange part: this was actually good. Because when you entered a woman's family's cave, you were entering their territory. You were putting yourself in their space. You were making yourself vulnerable. And vulnerability, in a world where physical strength mattered, was a massive signal. It said, I'm confident enough in my own power that I can afford to be vulnerable. I'm not a threat. I'm willing to submit to your family's judgment. And that mattered. But here's what all these locations had in common. The hunt, the seasonal gathering, the cave. They were all public. They were all social. They were all witnessed. There was no privacy. There was no texting someone in secret. Everything happened in front of everyone. And everyone had a say. Your family got a say. Her family got a say. The entire tribe got a say. Courtship wasn't an individual choice. It was a group decision. It was a negotiation. It was visible to everyone. Now jump forward to today. You're alone. You're in a coffee shop with a stranger. Nobody knows this person except you. Your family might not even know you're on a date. You could be on this date and nobody in your life would have any idea it was happening. Can you feel the difference? Your brain evolved for courtship in groups. Your nervous system was wired to have backup, to have your family negotiating for you, to have witnesses. But today, you're alone. You're making one of the most important decisions of your life, and you're doing it in private, with no backup, with no family support. Is it any wonder you feel anxious? Dating feels harder than it should because you're operating without the social infrastructure that your ancestors relied on. You're bearing a burden that evolution never designed you to carry alone. Choosing a partner wasn't a personal whim back then. It was a family decision. It was a tribe decision. It was a survival decision. And the locations where men took women to court reinforced that reality. They said, "This is public. This is visible. This is everyone's business. You can't go back to that world. But you can understand what your body is responding to. The anxiety you feel is ancient anxiety. It's the anxiety of being evaluated. It's the anxiety of being on display. It's the anxiety of making a choice that has consequences. Maybe understanding that can help you feel less alone on your next date, because you're not really alone. Your ancestors are there with you. They're in your nervous system. They're in your hesitation. They're in your hope. They're in your need to be chosen. The ancient man took his woman to the hunt to show her he could provide. He took her to the seasonal gathering to show her he could compete. He took her to the cave to show her he was willing to be vulnerable. You're still trying to do all of these things. You're still trying to show her you're worth choosing. But you're doing it without the audience, without the ritual, without the family. And that makes it harder. That makes it matter more, so the next time you ask someone out, remember, you're still on that ancient hunt. Your ancestors are watching, and they always will be.
If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel.